Greetings, Soul Tribe, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sacred Temptress 555, and if you're new here, click the subscribe button, like, and share my content to those who may need to hear my messages. If you're already a subscriber, my gratitude to you. Today's topic is all about viewing our temptations as teachers and how we can transform them into acts of discipline. In my previous video, I discussed the art of pause and how to master self-control before reacting to challenging situations. If you haven't watched that video, I suggest you go back and listen to it before watching this video, especially if you are having a hard time pausing before reacting to challenging situations, or even when you don't see eye to eye with your significant other or family members. Now that the sun is officially in Libra, now's the time to find inner harmony and balance within your life. Our temptations and desires may have been high last season, and with all the things going on in this world, either good or bad, we should be focusing on mastering what we have to offer ourselves within. That means whatever is happening outside of us, like politics, negative news, fear-mongering tactics, celebrity drama, UFOs, I can go on and on forever. But my point here is that all of that does not matter, and what should matter is that we, as a collective, should be focusing on how to master ourselves and evolve while experiencing life here on Earth. Libra season is all about learning who we are and how to prepare for the next season when the sun will be entering into Scorpio on October 22nd. Now back to the topic of today's video. Temptations can be seen as mirrors, showing us where we still have inner work to do. For those of you who don't know the true meaning of temptations are desires you have that are known to be avoided, especially the things that are bad for us, but instead we dive deep into them. For example, the urge to eat fast food and sugary goods that are unhealthy for the body. Temptation is something that you feel or want to try out, something that tempts you to be drawn to sin. Let's navigate this together. Now that we know the true meaning of temptation, some of the reasons why our temptations can reveal what needs healing on a spiritual, mental, and physical level are: our temptations expose hidden wounds on an emotional and mental level. When you feel drawn to something that harms you or others, it often points to unresolved pain or a feeling of emptiness. For example, seeking comfort in toxic relationships, like relationships that are abusive, or being with a narcissist or an energy vampire, even overeating all types of foods, or battling with addictions to substances, sex, or your phone. This may reveal loneliness, unhealed heartbreak, or having a desire to escape reality. The temptation that you might experience shows you where your inner child or past self still craves for love, safety, intense happiness and joy, or even validation. Temptations can challenge our spiritual alignment. Spiritually, our temptations can focus on the areas that we drift from our higher self. Choosing short-term pleasure over long-term peace reveals where our discipline, awareness, and self-control need strengthening. Without discipline, our energy scatters all over the place, and we fall into cycles of distraction, instant gratification, or destructive habits. Strengthening our discipline eventually trains the soul to choose long-term alignment over short-term relief, which then purifies our being by removing what no longer serves our purpose and allowing us to create space for divine alignment and truth. When we become aligned back with our higher self by doing spiritual practices like deep meditation, repeating daily affirmations, and journaling, we tune back into higher frequencies where our divine guidance becomes clear. Now, strengthening our awareness can reveal hidden patterns that we may not know that we carry. because many temptations, betrayals, or impulsive acts come from unconscious wounds or unhealed emotions that we haven't yet healed from. Having awareness basically shines a light on the why behind our actions. Awareness allows us to witness our ways and actions without judgment, helping the soul release shame or guilt and move toward release and purification. By becoming aware, we align our choices with wisdom rather than reaction, strengthening our ability to follow divine nudges and synchronicities. Pay attention. Having self-control shows the soul that it does not have to be enslaved by desire, fear, or ego, because the soul is already free. This type of purification loosens those attachments that cloud divine connection, because when we give into every impulse, we weaken trust in ourselves and create distance from our divine connection. Self-control restores this inner trust. By exercising restraint, we learn to trust that divine timing and guidance always have more to offer than our impulses. Discipline, awareness, and self-control creates balance, and having all three opens up doors for divine energy, giving us the ability to hear, feel, and receive guidance without distortion. Temptations uncover a lack of self-control. This is on a mental and behavioral level. Acting on desires without pausing shows us the areas where self-control needs development. For example, giving into anger, gossip, or negativity reveals how reactive the mind is. Temptations help us view how much we operate on autopilot and where we must build mindfulness, patience, and awareness to truly carry out our choices. Temptations reveal the physical imbalances of our own vessel. Sometimes, temptations reflect unmet physical needs like craving junk food. Craving junk food may highlight nutrient deficiencies, exhaustion, parasites, or even stress. Overindulgence and restlessness, substances, or unhealthy intimacy might point to a lack of grounding or physical regulation. The body speaks through cravings, and the temptations we may experience, if aware, can guide us to go in different directions of the temptation. One that's based on self-control and discipline, where we now can restore balance and nurture ourselves properly. Here is an activity that can help shift from instant gratification to long-term alignment with your higher self. This method can show you how your temptations can reveal what needs healing on a spiritual, mental, and physical level. Also, this activity will assist you in keeping your discipline, awareness, and self-control intact when experiencing impulsive desires. In this activity, you'll be able to view your environment and see what's around you that causes you to dive deep into your temptations. We will be using a cell phone as an example. The majority of people on this planet walk around with their cell phones in their hand, from when they first wake up until they rest for the night. Some people even fall asleep with their phones in their hands. This activity focuses on the physical, mental, and spiritual levels to this particular temptation. Now you might ask yourself, why does this even matter? Well, before I get into this activity, I want to state that even with free will, you should always apply self-discipline, because if you get too carried away and lost in the sauce of distractions, you're taking away from the things that you should be focusing on that keeps you in alignment with your true purpose. Some of you might listen to this video and say, I don't even care. I'm still going to be using my phone every day. Well, I'm not saying for you to stay off your phone for good, but you should always practice balance and continue to focus on self-mastery and become aligned with your true self. This is all a learning experience, and with this activity, you can practice daily or even when you need a reminder to stay within alignment of your true path. Of course, if this all resonates with you. Now to the activity. Let's start with the physical level of the temptation when using our phones. When it comes to our cell phone, temptations often win because the environment makes it easy. Your phone is usually in the presence of you at all times, so it's easier to grab and pick up and start scrolling. Unlike a home phone, the cell phone can be carried around with you everywhere you go. You always have instant access to your phone, making temptations only one tap away. Phones are also designed for our convenience, which opens doors to instant gratification that requires little to no effort. On a mental level, you can become addicted to your notifications, the sounds, the pop-up messages, and the banners that create urgency, making the mind want to check for TikTok and Instagram notifications as soon as you wake up. It also opens doors to a shortened attention span and a comparison cycle. When repeatedly scrolling on social media platforms, you may develop unhealthy thought patterns of jealousy, hate, and envy. Now, on a spiritual level, being on your cell phone creates a chaotic environment that scatters attention and blocks inner guidance. How this happens is that you become disconnected from stillness by constantly scrolling to replace silence, meditation, and reflection time. If you're the type of person that seeks attention, you may depend on external validation, being over-reliant on likes and followers. This pulls energy away from your true self. Being attached to your phone can be an energetic leak due to taking in constant images, videos, and opinions, which can cloud your intuition and spiritual alignment. Overindulging in materialism or comparison online can shift your focus away from your higher purpose and divine timing. For this activity, you do not need a notepad or a pen, just your attention, focus, and commitment to transforming your desires into discipline. Because the phone is the most common cause of temptation, you can practice by doing a 10-minute audit to your urges by listing your top 3 triggers, such as certain apps on your phone, people you communicate with, or news outlets and games. Then remove these triggers by deleting apps or placing your phone in another room. If you scroll on your phone first thing, you can also remove social media apps from your home screen and set a 60-minute rising, no phone rule and replace it with journal writing instead. You can also replace these triggers with things that align with your higher self, such as replacing your phone with a book or with a journal, or even replacing your phone with a puzzle or a sketchbook, something that sparks your inner creativity. For 30 days before you start your day, create a sacred window period where you don't touch your phone, but instead you take 20 to 60 minutes to meditate or even write 10 to 15 gifts in life that you have received and are grateful for. Track your wins and progress each day so you can see the reward to your own discipline. In order to turn your desires into discipline, it starts with these basic activities that become part of your daily regime. In my next video to this sequel, I will share a few more activities on how you can reprogram your mind with daily spiritual practices to strengthen your willpower. If you're new to my channel, please show some love and subscribe to my page, especially if my message resonated with you today. Also, let me know in the comments on what you do to control your temptations. If you're already a subscriber, my gratitude to you. Happy Tuesday, y'all, and don't forget to give thanks and show your gratitude each day. Until next time, peace, love, and light.